We in America really like the idea of God being this loving God and caring God and forgiving God. And he is, correct? But he's a God of wrath. And you're about to see some wrathful things. And we've already heard about the seals and the trumpets of God's wrath. And those had limitations on them. Only a third of the earth was destroyed. And only this, just the limitations of God's wrath. And what did it just say here? At the end of time, God's wrath, God's patience will be over. He's going to send the angel to harvest the good and the bad. And those who are bad, the earth dwellers, the ones who do not believe in Jesus Christ, are gathered as a symbol of saying all the bad is going to be trampled upon with God's what? Wrath. And I love you enough to say, please make sure your name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Make sure that when that sickle comes, that notice, he's the one who sickles. He's the one who divides. If you're like, hey, God, my good outweighs my bad, he's going to be like, not as good as my goodness. So do you believe in my goodness? You believe in Jesus Christ. So hear me clearly. I don't want you to go through the wrath of God. So choose wisely. And it says here that you're going to be sickled, divided. So here's the deal. Jesus is the harvester. I'm not. You're not. So make sure you turn to Jesus and say, Jesus, if you are that harvester, please harvest me into your mercy and your grace. Because we're about to hear some wrathful talk that we've already heard about before, but this is the finality. This ends. You can't be like, well, God, I went to Catalyst Church, I was a good person and everything. Once it's done, it's what? Done. And you will find out here in a little bit that Jesus is coming like a thief. You don't know when that sickle is going to swing. So there's the plea for you to not be under God's wrath, but be under the grace and the mercy of our Lord Jesus.